As the battle rages in Rene, the aftershocks are felt far and wide, shaking Old City, New City, and beyond. Ready to review Something on the Wind Part 2? Let's get into it, but first, a message to our Heroes of Edara. Hey there, this is Colin, creator of the 7th Valkyrie. If you're hearing this, it means you're listening to the public version of TABTA. And I really appreciate that. It keeps the algorithm happy, it keeps us growing. But if you want to get a little fun personal message every week with behind-the-scenes stories, funny little bits, other insight into the creative process, you can hop over to our Patreon and become a Hero of Edara. You'll support the series, you can shape the future of the 7th Valkyrie, and find a whole lot of fun bonus content along the way. You can get started completely for free, and then if you decide you want to chip in and get bonus content, early access, and a whole lot more and help us along the path of heroes towards a whole lot of cool checkpoints, then you can do that. It's patreon.com/7th Valkyrie, that's 7THVALKYRIE, and give it a look. With that, on into the show. Hey everyone, and welcome to TABTA, the adventure behind the adventure for the 7th Valkyrie, where we watch one series go from total obscurity to maybe 7 seasons in a movie, or maybe we just find the power of friendship along the way. I'm your host, Colin Sharp, creator and current voice of the 7th Valkyrie, and this week we're talking about Something on the Wind Part 2, which is Season 2, Chapter 33. And first, we're going to start off with our first segment, which is getting into the episode, inside the episode, what happened, where we're going, little summary, little recap for everybody. So let's get into it. We start this section with Pors and May as we see the Freelanders' second evacuation getting prepared in the pit, and it's going relatively well. People are hanging out, playing music, eating, and we get to see a little bit more of how this kind of conglomeration of free peoples still remain organized. As we've explored before, this is a very free-living people who tend to be fiercely independent in the way that they choose to live their lives. But when it does come time for them to get organized for survival, whether that's in a battle, whether that's evacuating, avoiding the Edarans, they can really quickly move and prioritize their kind of small familiar groups in their communities. And that's all, we get the order that comes from the families, but things are taking a turn for much riskier business because the families, instead of sending people out, have decided to up the ante and connect the two cities via the bridge. They're not hedging their bets, they're not leaving an escape, this is all in. And just as this news is filtering out, May is chatting with Waver about their mutual acquaintance BC. And as the episode ends, we're left with a very fearful warning from May, who races off into the night to try to do something. And we don't know how that's going to turn out just yet. But let's take a moment to get to our second segment, which is outside the episode, where I'll give you a little bit of my commentary, behind-the-scenes notes, production thoughts, some of the inspiration. And it's this interaction between May and Waver that I wanted to dig a little deeper into in outside the episode, because we see a lot happen very quickly, and we see a taste of this, relationship that they have, been friends, coworkers, boss and employee for part of the same community for years and years and years. So there's clearly some history, and they have specifically a shared history around BC. And I mean, this has been a lot to process in a very short time from Waver. As a whole, the Freelanders are a people familiar with wartime and loss, and this is in the aftermath of just a few days before there was the attack on the night of the festival. And it's nice to know that Waver doesn't hate BC for what happened. But again, it's still a lot for him to process. Not only did he didn't think BC had a gift, he just knew that she was a woman with a dangerous past who got violent easily, but now he knows about her power and has one less arm. And she's caught at the center of everything happening in the pit, in these two cities, And I mean, he's kind of split, because she gave him this weird confession that she cares a lot about him, thinks that she might have loved him in another life, not in another, like in a past life, but like in another version of the world. And he's kind of caught between feeling like, damn, this is my friend and I want to help them, and damn, this whole situation is entirely out of my league and I'm injured and I just need to do what I can to help. And that feeling of powerlessness is a big struggle. Like, he's literally fighting with one arm not tied behind his back, never, lost to reality. Anyway, and that's only sealed for us when we have this interaction with May, where she, she's talking, he's trying to get a little check-in, he's trying to be helpful, and then she just goes pale as a ghost. And we have seen in person that things are changing for BC and that something major has happened in the first part of the chapter, but it kind of is reinforced for us that suddenly May can detect her, and she is very scared. And we know that May knows a little bit about Nightmare and about BC's power, and the fact that she is this startled is a sign to all of us that shit might be about to get very, very real. And with that, well, the battle in the new city has become a thing hurtling towards an all-out fight for survival, and a nightmare is looming large over the night sky. What's going to happen next? What's coming up in our next chapter? Well, you guys will find out Friday. Got some stuff queued up, more chapters coming down the pipeline, and I love getting to share it all with you guys. Have a great one. Enjoy this episode and stay safe out there and find some love in your life. I love you guys all. From me to you. Ciao.